Shabibo replied to me. Oh, he did? He said, well, there it is, the Rittenhouse precedent. That precedent is called self-defense, and it has been central to every single legal regime in human history. Oh, there it is, boys. The precedent is called self-defense. No way, dude, is it? That's crazy. America do be kind of broken. I mean, it is. We knew that already. We have a white supremacist criminal justice system. I don't know why people get so triggered by the sentiment, okay? Obviously, there is a load of leniency offered to especially a young wannabe cop conservative kid who shot literally people that were there during a BLM protest. So yeah, and if you consider that to be ridiculous, if you consider that sentiment to be ridiculous, then, you know, shut the fuck up. Plus you're white, plus ratio, plus you never even fell up so that you could fell off. I'm just saying, like, the idea that like people's attitudes are not remarkably different when the person that like is on trial is literally like a white person. I'm sure this will shock no one, but the usual Proud Boys and QAnon Telegram channels are reacting like their team just won the Super Bowl right now, already seeing comments about this setting a precedent for rioters and how they will be dealt with in the future. Yeah, no, totally, dude. That's true. I mean, it's like, that's just what the normal brained conservatives are going to do. Madison Cawthorn has already offered Kyle Rittenhouse a patriotic internship. Dude, I fucking told you guys that they were going to be like this. I told you guys that they were going to react this way, okay? The defense said that they ran 2 mock trials, one putting Rittenhouse on the stand to testify and one without it. It did better with him on it, which is why they did it. Rehearsed the fuck out of this shit, probably including the crying. Bro, it doesn't matter. It's not just like, it's not Rittenhouse just crying that like saved his ass. The American criminal justice system is literally created in a way that like Rittenhouses will get free for doing Rittenhouse type things, okay? If this is like new information to you, I'm just gonna let you know that's always what is going to happen, okay? That is what this system is designed for. You get the level of leniency and the aggressive judge that will even be like contentious against the prosecution only in instances where you have a fucking 17-year-old white kid who literally was shooting at rioters, okay? That's it. And there's enough like evidence if you massage it and if you fucking rob it of its context of what Kyle Rittenhouse was doing there, why he was there to begin with, and if you massage the case, like, of course there's enough information there where you could just say this is self-defense. And the second and third shootings, well, those are just you know, additional tack on kills. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the money Kyle's legal team had. They had enough to run 2 mock jury trials according to his lawyer. Yeah, dude, they fucking raised like $2 million, didn't they? They raised a lot of money, dude. Listen, dude, the case here, the criminal justice system did everything it can, okay? Everything in its fucking power to make sure that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't even get a fucking slap on the wrist. Oh, the barrel of the rifle is really long. So technically it's a hunting rifle now. And technically he should be able to carry it around. Crossing state lines, violation of curfew, all of those things don't matter. Being 17 years old doesn't matter. We can't use the fucking footage of him literally 15 days prior saying, if only I had my AR-15, I'd shoot at those motherfuckers. We can't use that. What does that matter? It's just like, there was a lot that went into this case where you could not successfully show additional context. My heart goes out to the people that bravely tried to stop what they thought was an active shooter. Okay, he was active and he was shooting, and it's really fucking sad that one of those dudes died and the other one got fucking maimed. You know, it's just nuts, but it's also unsurprising. It's such a strange situation to like be so congratulatory and excited celebrating what occurred here. It's a very weird thing. I feel like people don't recognize how terrifying of a precedent this sets. It's kind of frustrating. I think people are refusing to acknowledge that, you know, this is basically a carte blanche vigilantism approach. As long as there's like a protest and that protest gets out of control, then, you know, vigilantes that have already been going to all these protests before Kyle Rittenhouse will continue to go to these protests after Kyle Rittenhouse and be way more trigger happy. And even if they go to fucking jail ultimately, okay? Even if they go to jail ultimately because like next time around, someone is going to be horny and the dude that they fucking kill is not going to be a pedophile. And there's going to be more videos of them like openly saying like, I want to murder protesters. And then they're fucked. Then they're going to be treated like James Fields Jr., the Nazi in Charlottesville, But it doesn't matter because they killed people already. Do you understand? Because the precedent was set. It's established. So someone thought, I can do this. I can do this and get away with it. It's insane. And yeah, if Huber had a gun and shot Rittenhouse immediately after he killed Rosenbaum, Huber probably could get off with self-defense as well as saying they took out an active shooter. This case proves shooter be shot, which is fucking ridiculous. Exactly. Exactly. That is precisely at the heart of my fucking criticism of this insanely fucked situation. Now everyone is going to fucking bring more guns to the protest because leftists are going to be like, well, I have to protect myself. And the prosecution literally said that, by the way. And that's crazy. The Zimmerman verdict said you could shoot people for wandering past your house. The Rittenhouse verdict says you can go places to shoot people. Yeah, as long as you can like establish that you were there under the honorable intentions of defending gas stations, you know, and the town over. The thing I want to say is this. One thing that I was thinking about, the celebrations of Kyle Rittenhouse are fucking gross, right? So many people are calling him like a saint, saying that he was like the most legal and most innocent man in America or some shit. It's like fucking pure psycho nonsense, right? Part of the reason why a lot of people, including like liberals and whatnot, feel this way though, is because of America's very weird gun culture. Like we have the worst kind of gun brain. Yeah, and I think, because I've been thinking a lot about this, I'm like, what the fuck? Like why are so many people unironically defending Kyle? Like, I mean, just simply reducing the case to, oh, it's self-defense. It was self-defense in that moment, in that immediate moment when like Rosenbaum was rushing him, and then also all the other people that he killed, that was also self-defense, because once you do one self-defense, you can do self-defense over and over and over again. You can self-defense 100 people, right? As long as they're coming at you. So, and I realize it's because people fantasize about that exact same thing. Like this is a base primal male fantasy for the most part. It's an American fantasy where, you know, oh man, if only I had a gun, you know what I mean? I could just like fucking defend other people and be the fucking hero of the day, you know what I mean? And it's like matched up with the conservative fantasy of like wanting to get a legal kill, being able to like shoot at protesters and stuff like that, you know, and be defended by the entire conservative right and even like some liberals. I feel like that is part of the reason why so many people are looking at this and going, oh no, this instance of like premeditated self-defense or like putting yourself in a situation whether you knew you were actually going to act out on those desires or not doesn't even fucking matter. Like you purposely went out there with a fucking gun, a protest with a fucking gun, and then ended up using it. Like that's the most honorable thing you can do because people want to be the good guy with a gun. It's like a very weird delusional fantasy created by the fucking NRA, perpetrated by our media constantly. And I feel like it has a lot of staying power. And that's part of the reason why so many Americans aren't looking at this in the same way that I am, or in the same way that some of you guys are, especially if you're not from here, where you're like, you could just bring an AR-15 to a fucking protest, walk around with it, wave it around, and like actually end up fucking shooting people? That sounds insane. The most sane people living in other OECD nations, okay, where they actually do have gun regulations and also do have like some reasonable laws around self-defense and whatnot, they're like, this is nuts. This is an insane thing that Americans are doing. What else is new? They don't even have fucking healthcare, right? But to Americans, it's the most normal thing. Like, it's the most American primal fucking thing. You're like, I'm defending private property and I'm doing it with my AR-15. Like, I think that's what, that's at the heart of this difference in opinion between someone like myself and like all the fucking weirdos on the internet, defending Kyle Rittenhouse. Because like, for them, they think they would be Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, they want to be in Kyle Rittenhouse's shoes. You know what I mean? This is like I said, this is a primal base fantasy that a lot of people have. I look at that and I think someone is trying to become a fucking active shooter. Wait, do non-American men not daydream about getting in fights and doing sick karate to some bad dudes? No, they do, but that's like that male fantasy, and it's one that I have as well, and I certainly did when I was younger, is like a normal one where you just like fucking fight someone in at school, you know what I mean? And you fucking beat them, like you beat your bully, right? With your bare hands. That's a little different than like, you know, having a gun and fantasizing about shooting people with that gun. The main difference there is the availability of guns and the acceptability of guns in public. That's the big problem. And that's what the difference is between like America and other countries that actually aren't psychotic. Okay. That's the difference. And we're seeing, like, we're literally seeing this unfold right in front of our eyes. I mean, you are such a bootlicker, says Dirty Harry Overwatch. I mean, dude, you can't even make this up. This is pretty funny. My man's name is Dirty Harry. Of course you're gonna fucking have this fantasy. You're literally, your Avi is the fucking fucking the main creator of this fantasy, dude. It's like the most common trope. Yeah, I'm fucking Dirty Harry. No, you're not. You're a pasty little bitch, and luckily you'll never leave your basement. But that's it. Yeah, you want to feel lucky or whatever the fuck Dirty Harry says. Like, but your name is literally Dirty Harry. You're proving the point I'm trying to make here. Normal human beings do not feel this way. Normal human beings should not feel about becoming active shooters in a situation, in a riot situation. And to the people who are saying like, oh, imagine defending a pedophile, like, no, fuck that guy. However, you can't create a system where you just like fucking randomly clap people with the hopes that they're fucking pedophiles so you can get away with it. I mean, that's insane. And secondly, and more importantly, if Kyle knew Rosenbaum was a pedophile beforehand and he shot him, Kyle would be 100% in jail for premeditated murder. Whenever you bring up this person's like criminal record, you're literally just like defeating the whole point. If it's like straight cut and dry self-defense, you don't have to fucking mention that he's a pedophile or whatever, because if Kyle knew that he was a pedophile before he shot and killed him, he would absolutely go to fucking jail, because that's premeditated murder. You can't know that someone's a pedophile and then like, you know, when they're running up at you, just fucking clap them and get away with it. That means that you like knew what the fuck you were doing. Anyway, of course, Joseph Robinette Biden came out with a, yep, it's the Mac attack.
Do you have any reaction to the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict?
I just heard a moment ago.
Do you have any reaction?
I didn't watch the trials.
Damn, Jim Crow Joe. He was like, I'm too busy pooping my pants, Jack. I was hanging out in the Vatican.
Why,
Do you stand by your past comment equating him to white supremacy?
well, look, I stand by what the jury has concluded. The jury system works, and we have to abide by it.
Bro, you don't want to ask Biden what his take is on the fucking Emmett Till situation either, okay? So that's Jim Crow Joe. Cut the malarkey, Jack. We need more Kyle Rittenhouses in the streets for people selling marijuana. That was very crime bill of him. It's like a funny way to reference someone. Yeah, he's being real crime bill right now. It is very fucking strange that I am hearing from so many people who are like, dude, you got fucking wrecked, dude. The criminal justice system fucking owned you. Like, hold this L. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm a leftist. The criminal justice system owns me on a daily basis, okay? It's more so that I am saddened that the American criminal justice system is ridiculous. This court case is not going to make the world a better place. This decision is not going to make the world a better place. You can try to fucking justify it in your mind by being like, no, it's just a self-defense law. It's just like incredible. What do you mean? It's just self-defense, all you want. But ultimately, this is like opening up the floodgates to further vigilante violence, which we know conservatives are hyper fucking agitated by and totally love getting involved in, you know? So yeah, I don't know what to say other than, you know, it just sucks. You're just celebrating America's further fucking decline, you know?
Obviously, I'm elated that Kyle Rittenhouse is getting his life back and that he's not going to spend the rest of his life in prison. But a part of this feels bittersweet. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Like we're even having to go through this process, that we're even at the end of our seats wondering, is this guy going?
Bro, this fucking white supremacist demon on the right here of the panel, this white supremacist demon is still on the timeline trying to fucking argue that Ahmaud Arbery deserved to be fucking murdered by those two racists, okay? Or the three racists, the racist, you know, father-son team. So, like, I don't care about her POV, you know what I mean? It's just like,
going to get his life back? Or are people going to be so fearful of mob justice and of people coming after their families, they're just going to vote the way that the mainstream media and legacy media wants them to?
Thank you, M. Julian as and Jimmy Bo.
It's sickening to me also because of his age, and I'm talking about when this actually took place. He was a 17-year-old kid. His life is never going to be the same, right? You don't come out of this and as the same person that you were going into this. This is a kid that was smeared as a domestic terrorist and a white supremacist, not just by media members, but by the now sitting president of the United States. You know, then he was campaigning for the president of the United States. This is problematic.
Bro, it's wild to just like, first of all, Joe Biden is literally stating, okay, in that ad, I can't believe I'm defending the fucking Jim Crow Joe over here, but like he's stating that people are gearing up and going to protest. A lot of those people are fucking white supremacist militias. It's true. Why the fuck are you fighting side by side with a fucking white supremacist militia, looking like a white supremacist militia person, and then crying that people said it's like wearing a fucking Klan robe and going to the Klan rally okay, and sitting around the cross that's on fire, and then when they derobe you, you go, hold on, what do you mean I'm a part of the Klan? I simply got this robe from Meemaw. Hold on a second, are you fucking kidding me? I thought we were doing ghost stories.
So for me right now, I'm going to be completely honest, I want vengeance. Like I want to make sure that Kyle, until he's 92 years old, is suing every single person from LeBron James to Joe Biden to the people that are in Congress.
This is like a very weird narrative that the right is going on now. And no surprise that like all these fucking supposedly centrist neoliberal accounts that are on this platform as well are like going off on that too. It's like Kyle Rittenhouse is gonna sue Hasan Piker. Like, what the fuck? For what, dude? He's gonna sue me for saying that I think it's fucking idiotic to like bring a gun to a fucking protest. He's gonna sue me for saying that the white supremacist criminal justice system has once again offered leniency to a 17-year-old white kid who fucking shot and killed 2 people and maimed a 3rd at a fucking protest. None of those things are untrue, and also that you can't sue someone for that. This is also another fucking insane moment here that we have brought up in the past. Like, he already went on the fucking George Zimmerman ass tour, you know? We've seen this before, like wearing a free as fuck shirt. He flashed hate symbols posed with Proud Boys in a Wisconsin bar, prosecutors say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're really gonna tell me this guy is, you know, this guy's real sad about what happened? Oh, no, he was crying on the stand, though. He was crying on the stand. Hasan, why are you doing with the toxic masculinity? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, he's gonna fucking, I memed, you know, he was gonna fucking get a job in Congress, and Matt Gaetz has already come out and said he wants to fucking hire him as a congressional intern. The parents of Anthony Huber, one of the people killed by Kyle Rittenhouse, released a statement on Friday. Today's verdict sends the unacceptable message that armed civilians can show up in any town, incite violence, and then use the danger they have created to justify shooting people in the street. This is the sad but true reality. Conservatives are celebrating this and agitating. We'll try to imagine that he's trying to join ISIS, then you might become more sympathetic. What the fuck? The domestic terrorists executed 2 people, according to Tucker and his supporters. This is maintaining order. Their murderous rants have inspired many mass shooters, and now they aren't even trying to distance themselves from it. They're excusing it. God help us. Why would Ben Shapiro think that Ilhan Omar is pro-ISIS? That's kind of strange. How long until Barstool Sports drops the Rittenhouse merch and Christmas sweaters? Oh my fucking God. I really hope they don't do some shit like that. Here it is, folks. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse. That's the first count of the information. Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse.
You call this, they're slowly legalizing killing protesters. You call this, exactly. Like, guys, you're fucking trying to justify this, but the only people that died on that fucking night, in that week even, were the people that Kyle shot. The most dangerous person at this supposedly incredibly dangerous environment was the fucking supposed good guy with a gun. So what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you in here trying to defend someone who literally killed 2 people and maimed the 3rd? And his reasoning for why he was there with a fucking gun was, oh, well, I'm going to defend this gas station. Okay, dude.
Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury polled? No. Okay. Okay, folks, your job is done.
Okay, dude, race had nothing to do with this. Jesus Christ. Dude, to consider that, like, race has nothing to do with a situation where a fucking white kid who's a counter-protester to a Black Lives Matter rally got lenient, the most lenient fucking judge on the planet, has nothing to do with race. Just, it painfully shows how fucking Caucasian you are, okay? There is literally an ongoing case happening right now. The murder of Ahmaud Arbery. It happens every fucking day. Julius Jones's execution was commuted only yesterday. This is the ongoing reality with the American criminal justice system. To say that, like, this has nothing to do with race, blah, blah, blah. You're like, you know, you're delusional, dude. He went to counter a BLM protest with a gun. The reverse of this already happened with Michael Rittenhouse. You know what happened to Michael Rittenhouse, who shot and killed a Patriot Prayer guy who was fucking bear macing people in a crowd? Michael Rittenhouse was an anti-fascist in Portland. He had been shot in the past for running security for other protesters in Portland. Michael Rittenhouse gave an interview to Vice, and like 2 days later, Trump told marshals to go execute him. And that's precisely what happened. And then Trump literally bragged about executing him.
That's the way it has to be. There has to be retribution.
This guy shot and killed a white supremacist Patriot Prayer guy who was bear macing a crowd of people. And then he got executed by the American government without a fucking trial in the street. And Trump bragged about it. Do you understand? That's it. That's the reality. Maybe don't attack someone with a gun then. Or maybe don't bring a gun to a protest. Why is that so controversial for motherfuckers to admit? I love that. I love that fucking take where it's like, no, dude, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Well, then you're going to get fucking killed, okay? I'm just letting you know. If you bring a gun to a protest, next time someone's going to kill you. As a matter of fact, it will probably be a cop. Like, that's the other reality. The first thing that they fucking teach you in a concealed carry weapons permit class is that you have to immediately clarify you are the good guy with a gun and you're a concealed carry holder, okay? Why do they do that? Because cops don't know who the good guy with a gun is. Because a gun immediately escalates every situation to gun violence. Just fucking don't try to like protect others from an active shooter either, obviously, because if you get killed, then the courts will say, you kind of deserved it. Sorry. Now apply this logic to the next insurrection equals pile of dead hogs. No, that will never happen, dude. Please get this out of your heads. Conservatives already know the reality that like they are aligned in most instances with those who have the guns within the state, okay? There's a reason why they were able to walk into the fucking Capitol building. They know that cops aren't going to shoot them. That's why the cop never shot Kyle Rittenhouse for running around with a fucking AR-15. That's it. The laws do not apply to them. Just like the First Amendment is only about being able to say the N-word and not about like being able to even say that Kyle Rittenhouse is a fucking scumbag without conservatives crying and asking for you to be fucking silenced with litigation. Just like the Second Amendment is about being a fucking white conservative shooter and never about self-defense when you're black. Conservatives literally did the same thing when they justify the shooting of Jacob Blake. They always do. It's just like Kyle Rittenhouse is going to be a fucking conservative congressperson now, and great, good for him, dude. Great future ahead of him. By the way, the persons that I swear some people in here are like posting in here literal Aryan Brotherhood. These fucks are so unhinged, it's terrifying, dude. I looked at the quote tweets of my original, like, this sets a very dangerous precedent tweet. And like half the anime avatar motherfuckers who quote tweeted me being like, yeah, we're coming for you. We're going to self-defense you, blah, blah, blah. They literally have like Heil Hitler posted all over their fucking profiles. Like one of the guys, one of the fucking like, here, I'll just show you. Oh, he deleted his tweets. That's the fucking guy that privated. The one who was saying they're going to come to my house and murder me in self-defense. Like, hashtag Rittenhouse verdict to Heil Hitler. Come on, bro. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is what the anime person said. That's right, Hassan the Hun. You're fucked, you stupid idiot. You baka. You baka. We're coming to your house, you baka. We're getting bailed out and acquitted after defending ourselves from you. Be afraid, you baka. Oh my God. Tune in as I pardon the national Thanksgiving turkey, Jack. Yeah, there's no better timing. He's like, well, I was going to pardon the real turkey, Kyle Rittenhouse turkey. Okay. If the court found him guilty, I was going to say, not illegal, Jack.